welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace and today you are watching a video with me using a new camera for the first time. Yes, thank you. So today I'm actually going to do my morning skincare routine for everyone. And I have a few things with me in this little basket, which actually I found underneath my sink, and I'm just using it to put all my products in. On my viewfinder, it looks okay. I kept my background dark so you can really see what's going on. I'm using natural lighting, and this is my face right fresh out of the shower. Normally I put products on my skin right away because you're not supposed to like wait for too long because then your skin gets too dry. And now I'm going to start with my first product, if I can find it in this basket. So first off, I'm going in with this Hollywood Lashes serum. So I got this from a local store who happens to belong to also a friend of mine. Her name is Rosa. You guys would have seen me mention this so many times on my social media. I just really apply this on my liner and my waterline. I forgot how you call it. Apply it like a liner. It enhances the growth of your lashes, kind of enhances its strength, of course to its best ability. So if your lashes aren't really meant to be that long, it's only going to be able to enhance whatever your lashes potential is. So if that makes any sense at all. So up next, I'm going to go in with a toner. Now this toner that I have, it's a spray, which is actually not the correct way to apply toner. You should really apply it with a cotton pad and swipe it across the face to really kind of help prepare your skin for your skincare this morning. And now in this case, since it's AM, you're not really going to be finding leftover makeup. I mean, if you do, then you obviously didn't really remove it that well the night before, which happens to everyone, happens to the best of us, even happens to me who I'm always like advocating about, like, you know, washing your skin before you go to bed and everything. But this is a Trader Joe's one. So far, my products are affordable. The Hollywood Lashes Serum is an online brand, and you can get that via Instagram and in Thailand. And this one is Trader Joe's, so you have access to this. I really recommend this. It smells really good. The nozzle is really great, and the way it sprays just really covers your entire face very gently, like so. If you guys can see, I have like 2 more of these, so I'm not too worried. It really refreshes the skin, like in a really nice way. Let me zoom you guys in. There we go. So I think this is probably my skin right before my period. So yes, even though I have really good skin normally, it can look like this as well. Next, I'm going in with this GinZing Energy Boosting Treatment Lotion Mist. I really gotta stop doing that. Now this is a lotion mist. I'm not sure the order is correct, but toner is supposed to be like the first thing you kind of use, and then I follow with this mist because you should really follow the product texture in terms of from the lightest to the thickest. So this really smells really zesty, kind of like orangey, a little bit of lemon, and a lot of ginger, I believe. Nozzle's not my favorite, but it smells divine. In fact, when my boyfriend comes here, he borrows this as well. He loves it. When he was back in the US, right before he moved, he went to Macy's and he found like one of those like holiday gift set, and he got basically like the whole collection of this ginseng thing for like under $100, like full-size products. Origins is, so far in my skincare routine, is the first kind of higher end luxury brand that does cost a bit more. However, this lasted forever, and it's lasted so long, it just won't finish. It's 150 milliliters. This is my only bottle. If I were to run out of all my lotion mists, I would not hesitate to come back to buy this. I maybe would just kind of put the product into another type of spray bottle. Maybe like I'll save this and put that in there because the nozzle here is just so much better. I'm a big believer in mixing your products in terms of higher end and affordable because you can't really just kind of pinpoint one brand for its price range. I'm sure there's people out there who believe like one brand is great for them, and if it is, then it is. But for me, I like mixing and matching, and it's also kind of an opportunity to kind of really test out the waters and see what other products that's out there, because I think it's really exciting. Like, I love that there's so much to choose from when you're not overwhelmed. I have this essence, which is basically a ceramide skin lotion, and this is an affordable Japanese drugstore brand that I got from a chain here. in Bangkok. This kind of really gauges the amount you're supposed to pour out perfectly, and I think it has to do with the density of the liquid as well as this little nozzle right here. So I just kind of pull my hand out and just pour it into the palm of my hand, and it's always the same amount every time. I obviously can't flip this to show you because it's kind of watery, but I basically rub it together in my hand like so. And what you're supposed to do with essence is that you're supposed to press and pat into your skin for it to really work, like so. It's so nice. I love it so much. And like when you know it's really in is when you start to feel the tackiness and like your skin just feels so really full and plumping. And ceramide has really good skincare benefits, especially if you have dry skin. Now also a quick reminder is that between each skincare product that you're applying on, you're supposed to give it a little bit of space, a little bit of time for the product to really work into your skin. Yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to feel the tackiness. Okay, up next we're going to go in with serum. Now, this is another higher end product. This is by Shiseido. It is a new serum I recently was gifted by my friend Dana. Thank you, Dana. So this is basically a power infusing concentrate, and it's a serum. I use this for my AM. For my PM I have a different serum, and it smells so good. So I do 2 pumps on the tips of my fingers so that it's really easier to kind of change from your fingertips to your face. I would use to pour things or like pump things into the palm of my hand and rub it together, and then I feel like I'm kind of wasting some of the product because it's still stuck on my palms and I would have to do this. And the whole thing with applying product on your face is that you should really kind of focus on just using your fingertips to not put too much pressure on your skin, because then you can kind of drag it more and kind of encourages more like quicker wrinkles that would come over time, if that makes any sense. So 2 pumps because 1 pump is kind of too small for me, and I just rub together and just go in. I kind of try to apply it all over my face as quick as possible and as soon as possible to prevent the product drying out too fast on my hand and then having like places on my face miss it. It smells so good. If you can hear kids screaming outside, it's because there's kids screaming outside. It's just no other way to put it. Now that the product is in my skin, I'm going in with moisturizer. Now this is by Peach Slices. Definitely not as expensive as like, you know, Shiseido or Origins I would feel on some product levels, but this is by one of my favorite Korean e-retailers found in the US, by Peach and Lily. This is the Citrus Honey Aqua Glow Hydrating Moisture Gel. It's for all skin types, meaning it's not going to be too thick for people with oily skin, and it's not going to be too light for people with dry skin, and normal skin can obviously use this. I do a pump for each spot on my face. I did like a big pump, and like this is normally the size I put out, and then I wipe it on the spots on my face. I'm normally very generous with moisturizer because I used to be like, oh my god, I feel stingy, like I shouldn't use this much. And then for the period of time that I was just using like one kind of like dollop for all over my face, I just didn't feel like it was enough. There is sort of like a guide on how much you should use for a product, but then for different types of product it's different. But this is what works for me, and it works for me, so I don't feel like I'm wasting the product. And I've been using this moisturizer for I think over a month now, which is the normal amount of time you should really be spending in a skincare product. Like it shouldn't be less than a month, and that's just a waste, but it should be just a month and more. It's very citrusy in a light way, and it's really good. And I feel very lucky that a lot of my products right now kind of have a citrusy kind of scent, especially during like the heat waves that have been coming in, because it's our summertime going into rainy season. And then finally, well, not finally, penultimate product is this Sunny Riley C.E.O. Glow Face Oil. Now this is basically their vitamin C range. It also has turmeric, which is also really, really good for your skin. I do a couple drops of this on my face, like so. The smell of the oil is quite obvious, that, you know, that like it's an oil. But once you kind of like rub it into your face, the remnants of it just kind of goes away. You really... Because the special thing about this product, I remember the people were telling me when I went to the Sephora Fall Press event, was that it's the first like product where the vitamin C doesn't activate until like you rub it on your skin or something like that. And then so that's when the citrusy, the orangey kind of like scent comes out. But it's very, very subtle. Subtle enough for you to kind of like feel like you're in a spa. You can just be kind of like, yes, so nice. And I use this day and night. The most important thing as well is that you should really do facial massages every day. If you don't know how to do that, you should look it up on YouTube, the ones that you can do every day. And I practice it every day. I'm still watching professionals teaching us how to do it because I'm not a professional, but I know the 3 steps that I do. And I take my ring finger, I press this part between my not elbows, between my eyebrows, and I just kind of lightly, just enough pressure, drag it over. You do kind of get this sense of like relief, which is really nice, and you hold it there for a second. And then taking the same finger, I go underneath my eyes, but not too much because this is the eye area, and that's the first place that really goes when you age. I press just enough pressure. What's enough? I think you gauge that. I am not a professional. I'm sure there is a correct way to kind of measure the pressure you're supposed to put on, but I go with my gut feeling at the moment. And I just also drag this across. And not too fast and too heavy so that it drags my eye skin. It just feels, or it's placebo. I have no idea. It's just nice. I just really like facials, you know. And then this is the interesting bit. So this is sort of a lymphatic drainage kind of practice that you should be doing. We have kind of like spots all over our body where the lymph nodes are, and the drainage kind of. I'm not going to go into this because I'm not a scientist, but I just watch videos on this. So, and if you don't have a gua sha, I don't know how to pronounce it. You take your finger, like a Asian heart, the Korean heart thing. You put it underneath your chin, and you drag it out like this. This you can put on a little bit of pressure, because it's also kind of like going against gravity. And then you press it down the sides of your neck. So you're kind of like helping to drain any lymphatic stuff down. You can go again if you want. I know the one of the owners of like Alice. I'll link her stuff video and her brand, her e-retailer below. She does this every morning as well. It's like some of the things she learned from growing up in a Korean household. Finally, since it's daytime, we cannot and we shall not ever forget our sunscreen. Okay, if anyone has a question on like what product should I use to prevent wrinkles, to prevent aging signs, or like prevent it happening further. Well, if you guys have started this from day 1, you'd be seeing slower aging signs. But guys, the easiest thing to do, sunscreen. Now, I've been using sunscreen and this brand for a very long time. I've been using sunscreen on my face since I was, I would say 14, when my mom really got me to start using skincare. I would say I started using moisturizer and like face wash since I was little, of course, like maybe 10, 11. But then when I moved back to Thailand, that was when my mom was really like, wear sunscreen on your face. Even though there's the sun everywhere, but whatever. So this is the Supergoop Zinc screen. A lot of it has rubbed off. I do 1 pump or 2. 2 if I drag it down the neck, which you should. People tend to forget the eyelids, the back of the ears, and the back of your neck. It's really important, especially if you're gonna have your hair up, if you have short hair, if you're gonna be out doing sun activities. Don't forget that. So I will do 2 pumps to show you how I really apply it everywhere, like so. Rub it between my fingers and just go ham. Now you can definitely choose the sunscreen texture that you prefer. I am not picky with sunscreen in terms of texture because I kind of grew up with this like notion of like sunscreen is everything, that I have a higher tolerance for it. As I go back my head, even though like my hair is so long and I'm not really gonna go anywhere today. I always tend to get like sunscreen up in there, but yeah, like I don't really mind. This is kind of, it feels like a serum in oil, which I really like. If you guys don't like the sound of that, I would definitely go check it out yourself, test it out, because Supergoop has so many types of textures, so many types of like product type that there's a sunscreen for everyone. So it's really, really important. Normally I don't use zinc stuff because zinc oxide and titanium oxide, what it does in makeup is that it causes flashback in flash photography, and it gives you this white cast. But I don't notice it on my face. Granted, the product comes out looking quite beige. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, it comes out looking quite beige, but who knows. So I'm just gonna zoom you guys out real quick. And the final product I do is I don't also never forget to hydrate my lips. Now this is the Coastal Scents Shea with cocoa butter. It's like a pure oil, but I use it for my lips only. Normally during the day I use a lip balm with an SPF, but my Moroccan oil one is like somewhere in my room and I can't find it. Yeah, the Moroccan oil brand also has a lip care product with SPF. Even your lips need SPF, guys. Everything needs SPF, even your hair, your scalp, which a lot of brands offer something for that. So whenever I go in the sun, I also kind of put something on my hair and my scalp as well. So, and there's that, you guys. That is my AM skincare routine. I look slightly better from when I had nothing on my face. Now that my face is kind of filled with skincare. Let me know what you guys use. Did you learn anything from this? Any other products you want to recommend? Because I love testing out new products. Granted, I have a long list of brands I love and I want to try, and products that I love and I want to try, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I have so much at home. And, you know, I really take the time to finish everything that I have in this little basket here. It's really important as well to really use up your products to also kind of help out with environment, because a lot of these things, it's plastic, you know, and I feel like everyone should really practice to the best of their abilities to really finish up the product. For example, if it's a product like this, I don't squeeze it out until I can't and stop and throw away. I squeeze it out until I can't. I cut this with the scissor and I scoop shit out myself, which is why whenever I do empties reviews on my Instagram stories, you won't see everything I'm using, because some products such as this, by the end of the day, half of this chunk is going to be gone, the physical plastic, and this is going to be on top, but it's going to be covering this, and it's just not pretty to show. So I mean, I guess if you guys like it, I can like maybe attach a professional photo of the product and be like, I use this up. I don't have the container anymore because it's just cut up. But I really do break down packaging, or like sometimes the product stuff, especially if it's makeup. And it's like right now I'm finishing up my NARS Laguna bronzer, and you know, it's just right at the edges and it's really hard to kind of grab the product all the time. So I literally just mashed it up like a loose powder, and that's how I'm gonna get through everything. So, you know, I really believe in that whole shop my stash thing. Maybe this is one of those AM routine shop my stash, guys. But the thing is, as soon as I finish a product, I really finish it till it's done. I recycle it if I can. If not, I throw it away and then I move on to the next one, because I have a lot. In fact, my brother and I were thinking of getting myself a skincare fridge. He kind of needs one as well for his like films and things like that. But anyways, that was it, you guys. I hope you liked it, because I do get questions sometimes from like friends and people online, like how I take care of my skin, what skincare products I use, and what do I recommend. But again, I'm not a professional. I just follow professionals and I listen and watch them every day, and that's how you educate yourself, right, about anything in this world. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell button, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you guys like that today was not a makeup video, and let me know what you think of this new camera and the lighting. I know nothing about color editing. I'm trying to learn more about how to use this camera. But yeah, peace out. Stay safe, everyone. Be conscious in everything you do and think about.